3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Genesis, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
I represent Mexico.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So when this was sent to me right here, man, I really got a kick out of this. Dazn puts up a graphic of UK versus Mexico fights. And out of the 9 fights that they put up, 5 of them include Canelo Alvarez. Let me start by saying this. Guys, when you put up some type of graphic, some type of stat where you're comparing one country to another, the first thing you're supposed to make sure you do is put the best versus the best. You can't put up a whole bunch of fights that are mismatches. Canelo versus Matthew Hatton, Canelo versus a welterweight Amir Khan against Caleb Smith, and the list goes on and on and on. The only fights that really deserve to be on this list is Naseem Hamed versus Marco Antonio Barrera and Jose Luis Castillo versus Ricky Hatton, because those were evenly matched fights and it truly was the best versus the best, or some of the best versus the best. You know, before Canelo Alvarez lost to Bivol, I was even forced to admit that Canelo Alvarez was the best fighter in the world against European fighters. And clearly Dazn, they feel the same way. Instead of UK versus Mexico, the comparison you really should have put up is USA versus Mexico. And once again, I'm talking about only the best versus the best. Because that list, for example, is not going to include Floyd Mayweather against someone that he fought when he was like 8-0 and he beat some journeyman. When it comes to the USA, there's not a country that comes close to being as dominant as the United States has been. I've already told you guys this, and you can go look it up. When it comes to the greatest boxers, at least the vast majority of the greatest fighters of all time, from black fighters to Mexican fighters, the majority of them suffered their very first loss to a black American boxer. From Muhammad Ali all the way down to Chavez, Oscar De La Hoya, Marco Antonio Barrera, Fernando Vargas, Juan Manuel Marquez, and even Canelo Alvarez. There's many more than that, but I'm only naming the biggest name fighters. From the greatest Mexican fighters to the greatest black fighters. You know, trainer and former champion Robert Garcia, he actually agreed with Canelo when Canelo said, you know, I represent Mexico. That's why I'm not fighting any other Mexicans, right? Robert Garcia, he said, yeah, I agree with him. You know, Canelo, he should be fighting the blacks and the whites. He shouldn't fight other Mexicans. And listen, guys, I have no problem at all with Robert Garcia saying that. But if you are going to say that, then you should be pushing for some more of these USA versus Mexico fights, which obviously would include Canelo. You should be the one pushing Canelo Alvarez to fight Jamal Charlo, to fight Demetrius Andrade, and anyone else who's not Mexican, like Bivol or David Morrell. The real funny thing is, after Robert Garcia said that Canelo, he should be fighting the blacks, the whites, and leave the Mexican fighters alone, right after he said that, he then says, you know, Canelo, he can fight whoever he wants at this time. Which the translation is, he hopes Canelo doesn't fight any of the dangerous opponents because he knows there's a very good chance that Canelo will lose to the top guys in his division. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.